Beloved light. This message found you because your heart's already picking up on something. It's not the first time it's raced for no reason. Not the first time you've thought of someone and moments later, a sign pops up, a name out of nowhere. A memory that hits hard, or a dream so vivid it feels more real than your day-to-day. That's no fluke, mate. You're being nudged toward a truth your spirit gets, even if your head's still second-guessing. There's a bond sparking, and it's older than this lifetime. It's like the threads of time are weaving back together, stirring something that was parted, but never lost. And you feel it. You feel it because it's real. Maybe you've tried brushing it off, telling yourself it's just loneliness or wishful thinking. But what's stirring inside you isn't from lack. It's from presence. A vibe that touches you even when they're nowhere near. This connection doesn't need logic to make sense. The spiritual realm doesn't deal in receipts. It deals in resonance. And your soul's humming with it, picking up a signal from beyond. The best bit? This bond's felt on both sides. Even if they're not fully aware, their heart's starting to answer. A soul connection's never one way. If you're feeling it, they are too. Maybe muddled, maybe quiet, maybe even running from it. Take Liv, 42, who started feeling this nameless restlessness. Life felt like it was on pause, waiting for something massive she couldn't pin down. She wasn't down in the dumps, but joy was hard to come by. Stuck in a lukewarm relationship with a bloke who cared but didn't see her, she was tidying the kitchen one morning, tunes playing when it hit. An old song kicked in, and with it, a memory of Mike, a uni mate she hadn't seen in 15 years. They'd only ever shared long looks and deep chats, but in that moment, it was like he was right there. Minutes later, his name flashed on her phone, in an old email flagged for deletion. That wasn't chance. It was the start of something set in motion long before this life. When Mike replied to a message she hadn't even sent, just one written in her heart, time seemed to freeze. Their chats flowed like they'd only said goodbye yesterday. But what hit hardest was the calm he brought. Not wild excitement or blind passion, but a quiet peace, like they didn't need to prove a thing. That's what a soul bond does. It doesn't shout. It whispers. It doesn't demand. It holds space. Liv found herself grinning for no reason. Mike admitted he'd been dreaming of her for months, thinking it was just his mind playing tricks. Turns out, they lived 20 minutes apart. Every excuse life threw up melted away against something stronger. Two spirits who'd vowed to reunite. If this story's got you buzzing, if you're feeling a shiver or a warmth in your chest, listen up. You're on the edge of a big reveal. Your guardian angel's prepping your heart. The one your soul knows is getting closer. Maybe they're already nearby, but you haven't locked eyes with that deeper knowing yet. Or maybe you've met, but time and fear pulled you apart for a bit. Either way, it's all coming back together now. You've just got to be present to feel it. The first step's inside you. Before any outside spark, your energy's got to be open. And that starts right now, letting this message wake something that's been asleep. The deepest love you'll ever know won't hit like a thunderbolt. It'll feel like a reunion. A you're familiar moment. Pause for a sec. Shut your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, does what I'm feeling seem familiar? If you get a quiet emotion, a flush in your cheeks, or even a stray tear, that's your call. Your angel's saying something huge is in the works, and this bond's a key part of your next chapter. But you've got to choose to feel it. Stop doubting the purest thing in you, your gut. Now that your heart's listening, what's next could change everything. Beloved light. Now that you're tuned into what you're feeling, get this. Your soul doesn't pick randomly. Every twist and turn you've been through, messy, painful, or otherwise, was prepping you to spot this energy when it showed up. Most loves come to teach, some stick around, but only a rare few roll in with a shared purpose, a spiritual glow-up, a mission you're both on. A soulmate bond isn't about perfection, it's about truth. That's why it shakes you up, scares you, and flips everything you thought you knew about love. It's not here to replay old patterns. It's here to smash them and remind you who you are when you're whole. Sometimes, this person shows up quietly. Could be someone you can't explain your pull toward, a constant déjà vu, or a glance that feels like it carries an ancient story. That simplicity's where the depth lives. A soulmate doesn't fill a gap. They remind you you've never been incomplete. They spark what's already yours. If you're feeling this with someone now, or sense it's close, don't brush it off. This is when things start clicking. The universe moves invisible. Pieces, clears out what's done, and tosses in poetic little sync-ups. You'll see nothing you've been through was wasted. It was all leading here. Take Carl, 39, who'd burned through intense but short-lived flings for 6 years. Each one felt right at first, then fell apart hard. He started thinking he was asking too much. Then, on a random trip to the sticks, he met Sarah. She was nothing like his exes. Calm, grounded, with a smile that seemed to hold memories. In the quiet between their words, he felt it. I know her. They talked for hours, easy as breathing. What floored Carl was how familiar it felt. Not like meeting someone new, but like coming home. He'd never had that before. In the days after, Carl tried to logic it away. Was it just attraction? Curiosity? Neediness? But none of that explained the peace this brought. He started dreaming of her, spotting her name in random places, hearing songs that nailed what he was feeling. That's when it clicked. His soul was speaking, and Sarah felt it too. From afar, she described the same dreams, the same vibes. Slowly, what seemed impossible started making sense. They weren't the same age, didn't share a life path, didn't match by the world's rules, but they matched where it counted. That's what soul bonds do. The core stuff connects. The unseen touches. The real stuff shines. If you're going through something similar, or this message is hitting a nerve you can't quite name, know this: you're being prepped. This phase calls for an open heart and deep listening. This bond won't come with fanfare, wild promises, or reckless passion. It'll roll in with calm, clarity, and a peace you might have never felt before. It won't drain you. It'll grow you. It'll show you your worth. Not because someone says so, but because you'll see yourself in the eyes of someone who gets your best bits. If it's already happening, trust it. Trust even if you're scared. Even if the timing's off. When two souls are ready, the universe sorts the stage. Here's a quick ask before we go on. If you're not subbed to this channel, now's the time. Not just a casual click. Make it a nod to your gut. You'll find more than messages here. You'll find echoes of what your soul knows, but sometimes forgets. Also, drop one word in the comments that sums up what your heart's feeling right now. Could be recognition, calm, hope, reunion. Pick one. That word's your anchor. You can come back to it when you need a reminder of this moment. Reading what others share might show you you're not alone. Loads of souls out there are feeling the same, chasing the same signs. Together, those words weave a powerful chain of healing and truth. Beloved light. Once you clock this bond, something inside you starts reshuffling. What used to feel chaotic starts making sense. Not because the world changes, but because your lens does. Suddenly, you get why some connections fizzled, why others stung, and why none hit your soul like this one does now. What felt like absence was really groundwork. The universe didn't hold out on love. It prepped you for the right one. And that right love isn't flawless, but it's true. It doesn't fix everything. It walks with you while you sort yourself out. That's the beauty of this bond. It doesn't erase your solo journey. It fuels it. A soulmate doesn't complete you. They join you on the path to what you're still uncovering. That takes surrender. It means looking inward, healing what still hurts, and reframing pain you've been ignoring. This connection lights up spots you've kept in the dark. Yeah, that can sting. It can leave you raw, unsure, exposed. But it can also set you free. Free from cycles you didn't see. Free from needing approval. Free from the idea that love's gotta be a fight to count. This love, beloved light, doesn't battle you. It backs you. And that changes everything. When you feel safe to be fully you, no fear of being too much, you bloom. When two souls bloom together, love becomes both seed and harvest. Take Lucy, 34, who got this for the first time. After years in toxic relationships where she was slammed for feeling too much, wanting too much, being too intense, she started believing her way of loving was broken. She spent 2 years, solo, trying to fit a mold that pushed her further from herself. Then, on a day she barely wanted to leave the house, she met Dave at a quiet cafe. He was reading a book she loved, and a casual comment turned into a chat, then a silent exchange of looks, then a bond she couldn't pin down. But she didn't run. For once, she didn't feel like she had to shrink. He listened like every word mattered. And the kicker, he was intense too. Felt everything. And wasn't ashamed of it. Dave saw her with the eyes of someone who'd been hurt for feeling too much. That's what happens when souls sync. They spot each other's scars, but also their healing. They don't dodge the past. They build a bridge from it. For Lucy, loving felt light for the first time. Not because it was challenge-free, but because there was respect. Silence that held space and words that healed. They didn't talk forever promises, but presence. Daily choice. That choice shifted everything for her. She started painting again, laughing loud, sleeping with a calm heart. Dave said being with her was like breathing after being stuck underwater. They didn't complete each other. They reminded each other. And that reminder healed them both, If you're in something like this, you might be wrestling now, torn between what you feel and what you think's right. But feeling isn't wrong. Dodging what you feel is what leads to pain. Your angel's nudging you. True love takes courage. Courage to face yourself. Own what's alive in you. Respect your own rhythm. Don't rush decisions, but don't drag out what's done just because change scares you. Soul love doesn't ask you to lose yourself. It asks you to show up. Show up for you. When you do, the fake stuff falls away. You start choosing differently, speaking what you used to swallow, standing where you used to shrink. That shift rewrites your whole life. You don't need to do it all today, but you do need to be real about what you're feeling now. Don't wait for bulletproof certainty. It won't come. What will is a quiet peace, even in doubt. That peace is your soul's yes when it sees the path opening. Even if they're not ready yet, or the moment's not perfect, stay tied to that inner truth. This bond doesn't just hinge on them. It hinges on your choice to stay in touch with what you feel. Nurture that gently. If they're aligned with your growth, time will join what's already linked spiritually. Nothing meant for you gets lost. Nothing that needs to go can stay. Beloved light. Here's something your angel needs you to get. Soul time isn't human time. While your mind craves now, your spirit moves with divine precision. What feels like a delay is just alignment. This connection pulsing in the unseen isn't being ignored by the universe. It's being tended to. Polished with the care you'd give something sacred. That's why silence sometimes steps in. Not as absence, but as prep. Not every soul's ready at the same time. The higher plan respects those rhythms. You can't force a flower to bloom out of season. It won't last. Same with soul love. It needs its moment. Maybe you're being called to trust like never before. To let go of control, stop demanding proof, and just stay connected to what you feel. That's not easy. Your head wants guarantees. Wants them to step up. Life to cough. Up answers fast. But your heart already knows. It gets that true love isn't rush. It's presence. In that quiet presence, everything shifts. Your energy aligns, your thoughts settle, and life starts slipping you little confirmations. Repeating numbers, songs that find you, dreams that feel like chats. Everything starts vibing with what's real. Even without them right there, you feel closer. Soul love doesn't need constant contact to exist. It thrives even when the world goes quiet. Cam lived this. A 30-year-old woman, spiritually tuned, but carrying old hurts. She met Raf on a mystic trip to a remote spot. The spark was instant, but subtle. No promises, no plans. Just looks that said more than words. They spent 3 days deep in talk. Trauma, faith, purpose, childhood. When they parted, no drama, just gratitude. But inside, Cam knew. This isn't over. It wasn't. Months passed with no contact. She dreamed of him often. Every time she thought about giving up, a sign showed up. One day, she found a handwritten note he'd tucked in her book without her knowing. It read, "If our paths are one, the universe will bring us back." And it did. 6 months later, without forcing fate, They crossed paths at a spiritual fair in a town neither frequented. The look was the same, but they were readier. They'd lived, learned, healed. The reunion wasn't a restart. It was a continuation. Like time had just done what love couldn't, ripen. Now, they walked together. Not as some dreamy couple, but as two souls who get the value of respect, listening, and space. Cam says the biggest proof it was real love was never having to chase it. She just trusted. Trusted through the ache. Through the moments it felt lost. If this hits home, you might be in that sacred waiting time. The trust time. It asks a lot. Surrender, patience, faith. But it's rich with inner clarity. While you wait for them, you find you. While you want to be seen, you start seeing yourself. And soon, what you thought you needed from them starts growing inside. Soul love doesn't complete you. It reminds you you're already whole. That wholeness changes everything. When you find yourself, life doesn't need to prove anything. It just confirms what you know. If waiting wears you down, look inward. Ask, what can I learn from this time? The answer might be a word, a feeling, but it'll come. That answer's the key to what's next. Your angel wants you to trust, to keep aligning with your truth, to not quit feeling just because you can't see it yet. The unseen is where the eternal starts, and the eternal never fails. It might take time, but it always lands. Beloved light, when two souls reconnect after lifetimes, it's not just love that sparks. It's a quiet revolution. Their presence stirs memories not from your mind, but your soul. Looking into their eyes feels like an invitation to see yourself. No masks. That can be tough. Soul love doesn't vibe with facades. It wants your raw truth, your wounds, your fire, your fragility, your glow. That honesty is so potent it digs up stuff you thought you'd buried. Old hurts bubble up. Hidden traumas stir. That's not a sign the bond's wrong. It's a sign it's here to heal what still stings. But healing doesn't just come from them being there. It starts when their presence shows you where the pain lives. They don't fix you. They light up where the work's needed. You choose to do it. You choose to look at yourself with more love, more kindness, more truth. You decide to drop the pride, the fear, the walls. This bond can't grow in hard ground. It needs fertile soil, watered with forgiveness. Forgiveness for yourself, for what you let slide, what you put off, when you hid. And forgiveness for others, especially those who taught you through absence or pain. That's the cost of transformation. But it's also the road to freedom. Erica lived this. A 36-year-old who always believed in love but kept finding ones that demanded she be less. Less intense, less dreamy, less deep. Then she met Finn, a holistic therapist who didn't try to figure her out. He just held space. That freedom shook her. She realized, despite craving true love, parts of her didn't feel worthy of it. Finn's love was steady, kind, present. And Erica started, wrestling inside. Sabotaging thoughts kept creeping in. Will he bolt if he sees my dark bits? Do I deserve this? Instead of running, she dove in. Started energy therapy, deep meditations, and talked to her inner child. Through that, she found her deepest wound, never feeling chosen. Since she was a kid, she felt like the backup plan, never the priority. Without knowing, she'd pulled in people who fed that pain. But Finn didn't feed it. He challenged it. He chose her, every day, even when she was a mess, even when she tried to pull away. His staying helped her believe she could be loved fully. It wasn't quick or neat, but it was deep. Now, they walk together. Not perfect, but choosing growth. Growing together is one of the biggest gifts soul love offers. Maybe you're being called to grow too. Maybe this person's showing you, even in silence, where fear or resistance still lives. That's not a reason to bolt. It's a reason to pause and listen. Transformative love doesn't cradle stagnation. It expands, breaks walls, builds inner bridges. That growth can feel raw at first. It might make you question everything. But in that unraveling, you find your truth. And your truth is powerful, magnetic. When you align with it, you don't need to beg for love. It comes. Your vibe becomes a living invite for what's mutual, sacred, real. If this is ringing true, if you feel seen on a soul level, know this. You're not in this alone. Your angel sees the effort you're making to face yourself. The quiet nights, the unspoken prayers, the moments you nearly gave up. They honor you for it. Spiritually, nothing's more beautiful than a soul choosing to heal, even scared. A soul staying open after countless letdowns. That's you. The universe is rooting for you. Even when it looks stuck, even when nothing shifts outside, heaps is moving in the unseen. Trust it. What's being prepped will blow you away. You won't need to chase it. You'll just know. Beloved light, you're not the same person you were when you started reading. With every word, every truth that hit home, something in you shifted. Old fears started losing their grip. Doubts quieted. Your view on what you're feeling isn't what it was. That's beautiful, strong, game-changing. This bond you're living, new or old, clear or subtle, isn't just a random spark. It's a spiritual answer. A sign you're ready to love not from need, but as an extension of your own light. The love showing up now, or revealing itself, mirrors how much you've chosen to listen to yourself, heal, and respect your own heart. Remember the first time you got that unexplained shiver thinking of someone? The first dream that mixed peace and fire? Or that simple meetup that left a mark you couldn't shake? Those were spiritual codes, signs something bigger was kicking off. Your angel's been by your side, orchestrating it all with precision. The meetings, the pauses, the restarts. Today, they're looking at you with love too big for words. They see the guts it took to hold on to what only your soul recognizes. The growth you've pushed through when everything said quit. Now, they lean in close to whisper, "It's all coming together. Keep trusting." The love you've been chasing outside started growing inside. You've begun to enjoy your own company, respect your boundaries, stop settling for crumbs. That's what flipped the script. When you choose yourself, the universe gets the memo. People who come after don't fill a void. They share your fullness. If the one your soul knows is already here, you'll feel a deeper closeness forming, one that's more energy than physical. If they're still on the way, trust. The reunion's coming. What's built on real love always finds its time, its shape, its shot. But true love needs you present, not just with them, but with yourself. Present in the now, in your body, your feelings. It doesn't vibe with constant distractions or emotional dodging. Your job from here is simple, but deep. Keep nurturing what makes you feel alive. Say yes to what grows you, no to what drains. Stay true to your heart. That loyalty's your biggest magnet. It'll pull in everything that vibes with your truth, including love that matches your frequency. Your angel doesn't want you perfect. They want you whole. When you let, "I'm sorry, but I don't have access to that information." And when you let yourself be whole, the right connections spot you from miles away. One last invite before I go. If this hit home, if something in you settled, shifted, or stirred, sub to this channel now. Not just a click, but a spiritual move. A sign you're committing to keep tapping into messages that feed your soul. Also, drop a sentence in the comments about what this sparked in you. A feeling, a hunch, a quiet choice you've made. Sharing it's like lighting a candle in the dark. Someone, somewhere, might find their own light through yours. You're here for a reason. Nothing in this message was random. It was guided, crafted to remind you of something the world tried, to make you forget. You're worthy of deep, true love that respects your soul and inspires you to grow. That love, beloved light, is already on its way. Or better yet, it's already in you. From today, the world around you will start reflecting the new you you've chosen to step into. Walk light, trust the signs, listen to the quiet, lean on your gut, and above all, don't doubt what you feel, because what you feel is real.